What's going on, y'all? There, I fucked that up. But what's going on, y'all, man? It's Savy again. But I'm finna make this short and simple. It's about my thoughts about having a phone, like an iPhone or an Android in general. And my thoughts about having a phone is we do not need no phones at all. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you have a phone, right, like I'm on the phone right now, there's people out there who bees on the phone about 10 hours a day, which means they are plugged into the matrix, which is the black mirror on this phone, which is the other side of this phone that y'all watching on. And it's like having a phone just keep people distracted, you know? And it's like I try to spend some time off the phone more, and I try to spend a lot of time like off the internet, because what I also realize is that on Instagram there's a lot of people who is really plugged in so deep to the point where they'll never get out the matrix. Cause I'll say the females are really plugged in deep. I don't know what type of game they playing on these phones, but they're in deep. And I also want to talk about deeper down the rabbit hole about this iPhone stuff and the Androids and phones in general, because you know nobody talks about it, but I think a phone is actually a slave phone. They made these phones to replace computers. So basically it's like a mobile computer, but it's a handheld device like a PSP. And it's like sooner or later these phones are going to get so advanced to the point where it's going to start controlling people's minds, and they're going to start going crazy. And it's just facts, because I notice when I be on my phone all the time, I don't be on there as much as I used to no more. But whenever if you be on your phone a lot for like a good 2 weeks, like non-stop clicking, scrolling through apps, Instagrams and all that stuff, your mind is gonna get like overloaded, and it's gonna be in your subconscious mind. And I'm just sharing my experience. That's why I took some time off, because I want to go back into the matrix and the whole religious thing and spirituality thing. And I realized that none of this stuff really matters. We're literally just living in a world where how can I explain? We just live in a world where we just believe in something, or we hope for something that's never going to happen. Like, I just don't understand people. Like, I'm not no human, man. I know I'm not human. I'm far advanced for the creator himself, herself also. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. So alright, y'all, I had to come back in real quick because it's cold outside, you feel me? But I also want to talk about the TikTok bans. And I knew that was gonna happen. I just knew that shit was gonna happen. That TikTok. Knew that shit was gonna happen. That TikTok. The dark truth about TikTok was TikTok. It's time to wake up. And from the looks of it, and I'm gonna show some more videos up in the on Instagram. I seen some videos on Instagram today. This dude was crying because TikTok was about to get banned and stuff. But at the same time, from an open mind perspective, you gotta realize people do make money off TikTok, and I would be mad too. But it's the people that owns TikTok and their agenda behind it. And the dark truth about TikTok is it was just TikTok. It's time to wake up. And they knew that people was going to start waking up. And like I said a long time ago, that if people was not going to wake up around 2022 and 2020 and all that other stuff, they just gonna remain asleep. That's what I said. But yeah, my video cut off again. But TikTok was just another trap. Like, it was just basically telling people, like, okay, before everyone start waking up, we just want to give them a warning and a head start to say that TikTok, okay, everybody's gonna be waking up soon. We gotta suck them back into the matrix and plug them back in. And I must say, I must say congratulations to the people that made TikTok, because it did work to some people. I ain't seen it firsthand. And when I seen the video about this dude crying on Instagram about how he makes money off TikTok, I mean, I would be mad too. But that is the actual proof right there that people are so sucked in to an app on TikTok that it become part of their life and their whole entire world. So it's like, okay, yeah, TikTok is all cool and all. That's why I ain't never had TikTok. I never had TikTok. I just already knew it was just a setup. So TikTok is just a way to get people distracted from the end of the world go. Because the world is ending right before our eyes, and people can tell. It's really ending before our eyes. And it's like, now the enemy is not for the, how can I explain it? My bad on stuttering. But the enemy now, or I should call it the world leaders, is not for the battle of your mind. It's for your eyes. If they can get in your eyes and stuff and put stuff into your eyes, like your perspective, like your eyes, like perspective-wise, then they can control you. But you got to be aware that you know that you're being controlled. But from an open mind perspective, they don't want to be in control because they putting that stuff into people's heads and stuff. And it just gets to the point where it's like,